Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do a listening comprehension exercise. So in this video, it's a random video I found on YouTube. There's three situations. So the first one is in a restaurant. So the way it's going to work is the girl in the video is going to say something. Your job is going to be to guess what she said. I'll give you the answer. I'll give you some explanations. And then I'll give you a response that you could give her in English. And it's your job to then translate that into Spanish and basically have a conversation. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Hola, bienvenido al restaurante Fajitas.
Okay, so there she said, hola, bienvenido al restaurante Fajitas. So I'll play it once and then I'll pause it. If you need to replay it, just go back and replay it for yourself. So hello, welcome to the restaurant Fajitas. That's the name of the restaurant. So pretty simple. Let's see what the next sentence is.
Aquí le dejo el menú.
Okay, what do you think she said there? She said, aquí le dejo el menú, which means, so aquí means here. Dejo, that's the verb dejar, to leave. So the conjugations of that are yo dejo, tú dejas, etc. So you can tell it's yo dejo. So here, I leave, and then le means to you. So I leave to you the menu, aka here I leave you the menu. And at that point, you could respond with thank you, excuse me, what is the dish of the day? So how would you say this in Spanish? Obviously, thank you should know by now is gracias. Excuse me, disculpa. And then what is the dish of the day? That'd be ¿cuál es el plato del día?
El plato del día es tacos al pastor.
So there she said, el plato del día es tacos al pastor. So the dish of the day are tacos al pastor. To which you could say, very well, I want 3 tacos al pastor, please. Which would be muy bien, quiero 3 tacos al pastor, por favor.
De acuerdo. ¿Quiere algo de tomar?
So there she says, de acuerdo, quiere algo de tomar, which means okay. De acuerdo is a way of saying okay. I mean, literally, de acuerdo you could translate to like of agreement, because de is of and acuerdo is agreement. So that's why you can see it kind of means okay, like of agreement, okay. So de acuerdo, you'll hear that very often. Do you want something to drink? So this one is maybe a little bit confusing. So quiere, you might think, why isn't it quieres? That's because she's conjugating for usted. At a restaurant, you typically use the usted conjugation because you're not familiar with each other and you want to show each other respect. So it's quiere, usted quiere. And then something, algo es something. So quiere, do you want algo, something to drink, de tomar. You could also say algo para tomar. Quiere algo para tomar. So don't get too caught up on that preposition there. Prepositions, sometimes they align 100% with how we would say it in English, and sometimes they don't, and you just kind of have to memorize them and get a feel for them as you get more and more exposed to the language. So don't worry too much about that for now. Okay, and then you could respond with whatever you want to drink. So you could say un agua de horchata, which is a common drink in Mexico, which I personally love.
¿Desea algo más?
I'll replay that one.
¿Desea algo más?
So what do you think she said there? She said desea algo más. So desear is the verb to desire. So again, deseas is you desire. Desea is you formal, aka usted, desire. Do you desire or do you want algo, something more? AKA in English, you would say, do you want anything else? So the word else in Spanish is más. Algo más, anything else. What would you answer to that? Perhaps you could say, no, that would be all, thanks. In which case, how would you say that? You can pause the video, write it out, but it would be no, sería todo. Gracias. So this is the conditional tense, sería. So the verb ser is to be. The conditional tense is I would, you would, he would, etc. He, she, it, or you formal. Would be is él, ella. There's no word for it. And then you formal is usted, sería, etc. So in this case, sería todo is not referring to he would be, not referring to she would be. It's referring to it would be, or that would be. That would be all, so all is todo, so sería todo. Okay, moving on.
Un placer.
There she says un placer, which is a pleasure, or my pleasure. But you don't say mi placer in Spanish, you would say un placer.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
That one's pretty straightforward. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hey, how are you? So you could say, what's up? I'm good. How are you? Which would be, ¿qué tal? Estoy bien. Not soy bien, estoy bien, because you're referring to your state. Estar. Estoy bien. ¿Cómo estás tú?
Estoy muy bien. Cuéntame, ¿qué planes tienes para este fin de semana?
Okay, so what do you think she said there? She said, estoy bien. Well, I'm gonna have to play that one more time just to remember.
Estoy muy bien. Cuéntame, ¿qué planes tienes para este fin de semana?
So she said, estoy muy bien. Cuéntame, ¿qué planes tienes para este fin de semana? So this means I am very good. So cuéntame, so contar is the verb to count or to tell. So it's often used as to tell. So tell me is cuéntame. So tell me, ¿qué planes tienes? What plans do you have para este fin de semana, for this weekend? So fin de semana, semana is week. So fin de semana is end of week, aka weekend. So let's say you wanted to say, well, I'm going to the beach with my sister on Saturday. And then what plans do you have? You could say pues or bueno. Both of those work to say well. Pues, bueno. I'll just go with pues. Pues. So I am going is voy. Okay, voy a ir a la playa con mi hermana. You could just say, you could use the future tense conjugation of iré, iré a la playa con mi hermana, which is I will go to the beach. So this would be, well, I will go to the beach. Or you can say, I'm going to go to the beach, which would be voy a ir a la playa el sábado. So you wouldn't say en sábado, which is like on Saturday. They don't say it like that in Spanish. They say el, the Saturday. And then you could say, ¿qué planes tienes tú? So hopefully the going to part makes sense. I think the best way I can explain it is there's two ways to say the future tense in Spanish. One is the conjugations, the future tense conjugations. So that's iré, irás, etc. That's like I'm going, I will go, you will go, etc. Or you can say it just like in English, I'm going to whatever it is that you're going to do. Like if you want to say I'm going to watch the movie, it would be voy a ver la película. I'm going to watch the movie. Right? Or you could, again, use the future tense conjugations and say veré la película. So they both work.
Sí, iré al cine con Sandra el domingo. ¿Quieres venir?
You can replay that if you need to. So she says, sí, iré al cine. Iré al cine con Sandra el domingo. ¿Quieres venir? So in this case, she's using the future tense conjugation. So she's saying, yes, I will go. Al cine is to the movies. In English, we say to the movies. It's not plural in Spanish. Al cine with Sandra on Sunday. Do you want to come? Notice quieres is conjugated for tú, not usted, because in this case, unlike the first one, we're in a restaurant, you don't know the person, so you use usted, which is formal. When you're talking to a friend to make plans, obviously you're not going to use usted because you know them, you'll use tú. So quieres venir. And then the second verb is always in the infinitive, unconjugated. So same thing in English. Do you want? So in this case, it's conjugated. You want. He wants. Those are conjugations. But the to come part is not conjugated. He wants to come. That's the infinitive, to come. I want to come. You want to come. So it's the same thing in Spanish. First verb conjugated, second one isn't. Anyways, I think, and then let me just say one more thing. So if you wanted, you could say, if you wanted to say, I'm going to go to the movies with Sandra, how do you think you would say that? So not using iré, but using that voy a construction. So I'm going to, voy a ir, go to the movies, ir al cine. So you could say voy a ir al cine, or you could say iré al cine. Anyways, I think this video is getting kind of long, so I'm going to cut it off there. But hopefully that was helpful. I can do more formats like this if you thought this was helpful. And yeah, I'll be coming out with more videos, just kind of testing things. Hopefully the styles of videos that I come out with are helpful to you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.